It's recording. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to Zoom, everyone. For me, it's not the first time. We every now and then meet with Celta group, my Celta group. So this time we have teachers from Aswan in my school, and we have teachers from Saudi Arabia, like Muhammad Mubarak and Ahmed Tawfiq, and maybe Abdul Hadi can join, or is he in? So I'd like to welcome everyone, and inshallah we'll learn something tonight. So these are the learning outcomes of this session. How can I remove this away? Right. Muhammad Mubarak, you are on camera. Okay, so sorry, let's go back. Technical problem. Just bear a second with me. So these are the learning outcomes. So hopefully by the end of this session, which will last like for 40 minutes, this is the maximum time for the free Zoom session. You will be able to identify the meaning of computer science, and will determine and know the benefits of learning and teaching computer science, and examine some ways and the resources to learn and teach computer science. But uh, first of all, I chose this subject because now, because of what's happening, everybody is using technology to teach or to learn something, and uh, schools, or most schools around the world, have been locked down, and we don't know when we are coming back, before the term ends, or maybe like next year, or this will carry on like for a long time. So I hope everyone, inshallah, will be safe and healthy. So I thought of using this time to do something new. Lots of videos about um, like teaching skills and how to maybe use tools for remote or distance learning. But I chose this topic because it's like not everybody talks about it. So let's start. So first, the meaning of computer science. So we'll start with what's computer science. So it's, as you can see, the study of computers and computing concepts. It includes both hardware and software, as well as networking and internet. But mainly as teachers, when you search for computer science like online, you are looking for courses, they talk about programming, coding, البرمجة, okay? And they talk about programming languages. Uh, this is what mainly computer science is. So the how to like learning computer languages, programming languages, and teaching these languages. and this also has to do with like robotics and AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality. This all also has to do with this. Okay, the question here, why should I teach computer science? And I'll give you the chance if anyone wants to talk. So why should I teach this? So I unmuted all. Can anybody share an idea why should we teach or why should we talk about this? Anybody?
عاطف.
Yes.
مريم.
Oh, Mariam. So the question
Hello.
here, because we're talking about CS, computer science, why do you think we should teach it?
CS. Sorry, Atif, for my stupidity for 1 second. Okay, the question, why should I teach CS? Because the technology is the main thing now.
Yes, go on, you're right. Okay, what else?
Technology is taking.
I miss you all والله جدا really يعني.
الادمن بتاع الجروب كريمة.
عند حد مش عندي اكيد نقطة يعني.
My baby boy. Okay, I'm sorry.
ماجي ولا ايه؟
No, I am Mrs. Nuran from Salam School, Aswan.
Oh,
We
hello.
have other
أهلا
teachers
وسهلا.
from Aswan and
أهلا وسهلا.
Saudi Arabia.
أهلا
Oh.
وسهلا. Welcome.
Welcome.
I think we should study everything to add to Mariam's answer for your question, Atif. I think now the trending is computer, because I think after this corona crisis, everything will go towards the computer and the online teaching, because after we practice and the feedback from the parents and the students and all the who are dealing with this, the feedback that I got, most of them are feeling better, and they feel comfortable more in dealing with this. One of the main issues that they were talking about, that the class control, which most of the teachers are complaining all of the time about this, using the online teaching and the Zoom sessions and this, it's completely, of course, a problem that's avoided, as every parent is controlling his child and all the children are separated, or each one is doing his own work on his own.
Yes.
And the result that you are, or the output that you are aiming at from them, you got it on the same level. يعني they didn't miss anything. And even the pressure on the teacher is completely يعني better, يعني عالي جدا. This is what I see يعني.
So okay, so can everybody raise, sorry Karima, I muted you. There is the noise at the background and it's okay, perfectly okay. I have kids here who can shout at any minute. So because everybody now is at home, no homework to do and everything, so it's okay. So if you want to add anything to what Karima, I agree with you, Karim. To what Karima was saying, just raise your hand. There is something you can tap for a hand if you want to talk, and I'll unmute you so that we organize the talk. Okay, Ahmed, go ahead. Unmute. Ahmed, we don't hear you.
I think Atif, every teaching course should include how to teach online or how to use the basics of teaching online.
Yes, this is also a good point. Okay, good, Ahmed. Okay, anyone else? Does anyone want to say anything?
Anyone who wants to talk, just click the right button more and raise your hand. Raise hand
Yes.
if you don't
So
know the
more
system.
and raise your hand, or you can chat. Send me a chat, maybe.
In
Thank
the
you.
mobile phone.
Thank you, Ahmed. So Karima was talking about the demanding or the rising demand for using technology, internet-based teaching.
Wait, I'm having a conversation here.
لا يبقى هنا ميوت الأحسن. Okay, anyone else? So mainly teaching, why should I teach CS or computer science these days? And English teachers, I think they have like a big opportunity to master this new skill to teach computer science. First and foremost, because kids needs it. So our kids or the kids we teach, they need computer science. If you look at the screen here, it says children must be taught how to think, not what to think. And I think all of us agree with this. Computer science does this. It teaches kids how to think. Uh, there are lots of benefits of learning computer science for kids. For example, uh, it's again, and we are talking about, like we said, when we're talking about teaching context, we're talking about coding and programming, البرمجة. It's another language. People use it to communicate. So because we are in the digital era, digital age, everything around us is in code. So ways of communication is to be able to speak or write this code and read it. For kids and for everybody, it fosters creativity. It's based on like how to be creative, finding solution outside the box. It also helps kids with like math skills, and you will be amazed and surprised, amazed when if someone like a teacher hates math, you will start to love math after teaching and learning computer science because they have to use math in real context. The same for English. If you remember authentic material, like using real material from real life in teaching, that makes it what makes it interesting, exciting, and motivating for kids. The same, because they need math to solve the problem, a real life problem. They will improve their math skills. They will love math if they used to hate it, for example. It improves the writing performance because when you code, you learn how to plan and organize. Your code must be organized. So this is a way that they can use to improve their writing. Also, children become confident when they solve a problem. They become confident problem solvers. All computer science or computer was invented because of a problem. They had a problem. If anyone, I don't know, has anybody watched Imitation Game? Let's unmute. If you watch, if you have watched Imitation Game, the movie that talked about the first computer invented, you can talk. So It was invented because of a problem. They needed a machine to crack the code. Enigma during the World War, I think, World War II. That's why computer was invented. So it's all based on solving problems, and that's the first thing when we talk about. Inshallah, we'll talk about it. When you teach computer science, you will start with a problem. How can a problem be solved? Karima, you have the mic if you want to say anything. Go on.
This is your question, that how a problem can be solved?
No, I'm
Any
talking
problem,
about.
or you want me to specify a certain problem that I might face?
No, I was talking about that the students become better problem solvers. Any problem, any life problem, it doesn't have to
Sure.
do with technology. Again, because you teach them that what they are learning, like computer science, the overall goal or objective is to solve the problem. You have a problem, so you like we have
Uh,
problem in communicating, so Facebook was invented. So that people meet from different places all over the world, different times, whatever. So you give them the steps of
yes.
solving the problem.
Yes, I can see. I see this. One of the main problems that we might face if we are going to teach computer science for the students, that their parents or I'm talking about the age that I'm teaching. I'm teaching till grade 6.
Okay.
Myself, yani, I saw a lot of problems that the parents are facing. Most of the parents, a lot, yani, if we are going to have a range or a rate, or a percentage, about 50% of them, they don't know how to deal with it. They faced problems in how to deal, for example, with the Zoom application, how to take the user name and the password and do this, so their kids submit their homework or their assignments late and so on. So one of the problems that should be handled if we're going to apply this, or to make it like to teach the computer science to the students, you have to make the parents involved.
Yes.
In a way, I don't know how, yani, we can brainstorm about it, yani. But the parents should be involved, because it's not that easy for them at least to follow up.
I agree with you, but let's face it, here in Egypt, not everybody or a lot don't know anything about technology, including, like, let's say, teachers. So parents as well, a lot of them, they don't know anything. So you have to convince them. You have to show them step by step. Like, for example, like the way like websites work. Before, for example, use Edmodo or Microsoft Teams or Google Classrooms, there are tutorials. For example, it shows you how to do everything, how to join a class, how to add a quiz or whatever. So it's your role as a teacher to convince those who you want, like your audience. I don't know, Mariam was talking last time about you target your audience. So you know your audience. So parents are important to be convinced. So you have to prepare something so that they are convinced. It's like part of marketing. Teachers are marketers. We market ourselves and the things we teach. If we cannot, sometimes like we convince the students and we cannot like convince parents when we meet them. So this is of course a default, like, something we have to work with. You agree with me? So it's your role. Once you are convinced, you will be able to talk to parents and tell them, and step by step, they can, yani, they can do something. They can convince their kids. They can encourage them. Okay, Karima, can you hold? Bakr needs to say something. Bakr, go on. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, Mr. Atif, how are you?
I'm okay.
You were asked about how I can solve a problem.
Yes. Go on.
Yes, first I think I should name what is the specific problem is to
Yes.
solve it. I should set more than one solution, not just one, more than one solution, and try one by one. For an example, if they are boring, I can make my presentation contains a lot of games and videos so that I can يعني a little bit I can solve this problem if they are boring.
Yes, you're right. You're right. So
Thank you.
what I'm saying is that students learn to solve a problem. So we learn as well, like our students, and you teach them whatever problem they face, what are the procedure or the steps to solve a problem. Like you said, first you have to determine what the problem is specifically, and then you brainstorm and define, like you suggest a solution, and then you can try it, and then you reflect upon this solution and so on. So let's carry on. Sorry, I'll go on to mute mode. So let's carry on. So we teach computer science because children or kids need it. And I'm not talking about like kids, the one we teach. Perhaps if you have family, yes, upgrade. Um, if you have kids yourself, you have to think like, if I cannot do this in my like school, or I'm not, I don't work in a school, whatever, I can do this at home. My kids or my little brothers and sisters, my neighbors' kids, and so on. So kids and children needs it. Why? Because like everybody now needs computer science experts, because like we said, it's the digital era. When they graduate, they will have excellent prospects. They can find jobs easily. People who are experts in computer science, they earn a lot, really. Yani think of the owners or the owners of Facebook, Twitter, and these portals. They earn millions, like let's say maybe by day or by minutes, every single minute. Um, Computer scientists, they are needed in every industry. So if you are a teacher, you need it. If you are a doctor, you need it. Pharmacist, whatever industry or field or discipline, every discipline needs computer science. If you watch TV shows like The Good Doctor, you find them using programming, like when you print 3D part, you print part of the body, 3D printer, they need programming. Engineers, they will need it in the future in factories, cars, designing everything now. And it's a chance, like for like Egyptians, it's a chance for students like to have a job abroad, to travel abroad, because if you are expert in computer science, you can work anywhere. Let's move. There is um, uh, sorry, there is a good video on YouTube. Uh, we will not watch it all. I'll just play part of it. It's called What Most Schools Don't Teach. And I'll give you the link of this presentation so that you can go and watch the whole video. The video has some really famous people like Bill Gates um, and Mark Zuckerberg, and they are talking about why coding.
I was 13 when I first got access to a computer. My parents bought me
This is
a
Twitter
Macintosh in
creator.
1984 when I was 8 years old. I was in the 6th grade.
I learned to code in college, freshman year, first semester,
Dropbox.
intro to computer science.
I wrote a program that played tic-tac-toe. I think it was pretty humble beginnings.
let's move. By the way, perhaps the meeting will end in 5 minutes. So if it ends, join again, like after 1 minute, because the maximum time for Zoom Basic is 40 minutes. Unfortunately, I have to email them to get more access. So you can watch the video. Okay. So we have a question. Maybe Rada wants to talk. So, Gada, have you risen your hand? Would you like to say anything? No one? Ahmed, yes, go ahead.
Why didn't you include Atif Abdul Khalik with these people?
Pardon, Ahmed, say it again.
Why didn't you mention Atif Abdul Khalik with Bill Gates and the other people?
Inshallah, next century.
Inshallah.
Those are really big names, Ahmed, and they told themselves like you have every one of us has to learn or read about their lives, their biography. They had really interesting life. And for Bill Gates, I'm talking maybe. And they really built themselves, and self-made men. Hashim, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Atif, we were talking about
Yeah.
why should I teach computer science? We said that it's very important that I teach it, but I have a question. First, should I master a coding language or programming
Yes.
to
We
teach
are.
it as a computer science? We were talking about the importance of coding or programming, or we are
Yeah.
talking of using computer apps and facilities that helps us like Zoom, like Kahoot,
Yeah.
like Classroom, Google Classroom.
No.
We were talking about these programs or using or learning how to code or the importance of coding or programming.
No. You're right. Your question is really important, and we are going to explain how can I start. And we are talking about again computer science here, coding, programming, البرمجة,
Okay, that's right.
teaching coding.
Okay, coding. I have known that coding is very important, but when I try to learn coding, there are many different coding language, and I find it may very difficult to start in. I don't know where to start,
Yes.
and I really don't understand what is the importance of each language. So I don't know what is the importance when I use it. I know that it will facilitate or help me a lot, but I don't know the importance of each language. So that's not motivating me to start using it.
You're
That's
right.
why when all of us know that coding is very important, but it's quite complicated. So we know that it helps us, but in specific, what special or what specific sense that each language will help me. Okay, I know that how these programs help me, but when I learned a coding language, how that may help me, and which language do you suggest me to start?
Okay.
Thanks, Mr. Atif.
No problem. Very good question, Hash. So this is what I'm going to talk about. How can I start? And most importantly, should I or must I be an expert to teach this or to master something? First,
Yes.
the answer is no. Should I know a lot about computer science so that I teach computer science? No. You can know very little about computer science and teach it very well. I'm talking teach the thing you learn. You learn bit by bit, and I can tell you about my experience, but the meeting will end in 1 minute. I'll stop share and end the meeting and start it again. So don't go away, okay? So I'll end the meeting now and I'll start it again because this is the maximum time for basic
Okay, Atif, okay.
Will you, Mr. Atif,
Yes.
will you send another invitation link, or we will
No,
join
no,
the previous one?
the same, the same.
The same one. Okay.
Okay.
The same one, yeah.
Just in a minute or two, okay?
Inshallah.
I have to end the meeting and save the recording.